It's that time. The big dance is upon us. Gonzaga's all-time leading scorer, Drew Timme, embarks on one last journey to bring a championship home to the kennel.
This championship and all we've been through this season means so much more to me.
Gonzaga women's basketball also hoping for a championship run beginning out in California. The Zags looking to bounce back from a loss in the WCC Tournament championship game.
Washington State women's basketball is coming off a historic season. Cami Etheridge's crew is looking to make even more history.
It's do or die the rest of the way. Our March Madness Special begins right now.
And that was the moment both Gonzaga programs found out the first leg of their March Madness journey.
KREM 2 is your home for March Madness coverage, and over the next 30 minutes, we're getting you prepared for the big dance.
Hey there, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another edition of KREM 2's Bulldog Madness Special. I'm Travis Green.
And I'm Andrew Quinn.
Let's hop right into this. We now know who Gonzaga will be playing in the first round, so let's break down the seeding we know so far. It's the 25th consecutive trip to the NCAA Tournament for the Zags, but this 3 seed is a little bit of unfamiliar territory for Gonzaga, at least in recent years. This is the lowest seed the Zags have had since the 2018 NCAA Tournament, when they received a 4 seed and were knocked out in the Sweet 16 by Florida State. Gonzaga was a 1 seed in each of the last 3 tournaments. The Zags last played a tournament game in Denver in 2016. GU went 2-0 to advance to the Sweet 16 that year. So some positive history there for Gonzaga.
Yeah, the Zags will face the 14th seeded Antelopes of Grand Canyon on Friday. The Lopes are led offensively by sophomore guard Ray Harrison, who is averaging almost 18 points per game this season. Grand Canyon went 24-11 this year and won the WAC tournament championship as a 5 seed, winning their last 6 games. A little familiarity for the GU coaching staff here. Gonzaga assistant coach Roger Powell was also an assistant for Grand Canyon coach Bryce Drew in their time at Vanderbilt.
And we spent all of Selection Sunday at the kennel, and I mean all of it. I got to talk with the team just moments after they found out they were Denver bound. Here's more on their expectations for March.
And I really didn't know what to expect. I just didn't want to be in New York or North Carolina. You know, I wanted to stay on the west side, so Denver, you know, you can't complain with that.
Not that it matters where we would have played, because I think we'll be fine anywhere, but New York's way too long of a flight. I was not excited about that. I was going to have to download like 3 movies just for that plane ride or something.
I'm excited. I'm really excited and get to play somewhere close to Spokane, so I think we'll have a good turnout of fans, hopefully. But I'm looking forward to it. March. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We don't really care about seeding. At this point, everybody's earned and fought their way to get into the tournament, so we're just grateful for that. And we don't care who we play. You know, at the end of the day, you got to roll the ball out, and we got to play.
I've done this long enough to see that if you even for a second think about looking at the next round, you're going to get sent home. So I just think that's kind of where the experience within this team lies. Is we know what's ahead of us, and we know that like you really have to take it game by game, because the moment you don't is the moment you get sent home and you're crying with your teammates.
Guys, the way you beat St. Mary's, it seems like you guys are playing your best basketball right now. Would you agree, and how good is that to be playing that right now?
Oh yeah, nah, for sure. I mean that was a fun one to be a part of, and I feel like everybody, you know, got going, you know, 1 through 10. Everybody was, you know, having fun, smiling, and I feel like that's huge. And you know, to be riding high coming into the tournament, you know, is something that can really help us.
Are we gonna get a 40-point game from you in the tournament?
I hope so.
Well, for the first time in several years, as you just heard, Gonzaga is not going into the NCAA tournament as a 1 seed. But no matter the seeding, Coach Mark Few warned the Zags need to be prepared for a tough battle right away.
Once you get into this thing, I mean, everybody's earned their way in some way, shape, or form, and it's always going to be a really, really difficult game. We've had very difficult games as a 1 seed. So I know about Grand Canyon. Bryce does a great job. I've been following them for a while, you know, obviously because of my relationship.
As we continue our Bulldog Madness coverage, this will be the very last NCAA tournament for Zag star Drew Timme.
Yeah, earlier this month, Timme announced he is not going to return to Gonzaga next year despite having that extra year of eligibility. Timme has made waves over the last 4 years, even grabbing the title of all-time leading scorer in program history.
We're taking a look back at all his best mustache moments he brought to us on the court.
Drew Timme runs the floor.
It really is just Drew. I mean, honestly, like, this is just who he is. He's silly like that.
I spoke with your mom today. She said if you make it to the Sweet 16, you have to shave your mustache. Did you know that?
I did not. This is news to me, but you know what? I think after this game, she'll be okay if I keep it.
I'm an energy bringer. I like to get the fans in the game and get the place rocking.
That's that move. I wonder why he did that. That's a tribute to his stash.
He's Drew Timme, so why wouldn't I want to see him?
Timme.
Man, it feels good to go to the Sweet 16. As long as we win, that puts a smile on my face. Go out with no regrets. As long as you put your all into something, you go down swinging, and you put your full and heart into something, then at the end of the day, you can live with the results. I feel like we're the best team in the country, and I'm gonna stand by that for as long as I live.
All right, it wasn't just the men who received tournament seeding. The Gonzaga women's basketball team found out where they're headed for the first round of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I caught up with the team following the announcement on Sunday. Following that loss to Portland in the WCC Tournament Championship game, the Zags are eager to get back on the court and get back to their winning ways. Here is what Coach Fortier and some of her players had to say about Friday's matchup.
We're all going to go home and watch some games and come back with feedback tomorrow. So I like that part. I think our staff is good when we get to collaborate with each other. So, that's a little bit different approach that we get to take, which is kind of fun to sit around the office and have an opponent to kind of game plan for.
It's kind of interesting. If we would have won, I don't know if we would have caught as many mistakes as we did have against Portland, and I think we'll be able to clean those up in preparation for this upcoming week.
We just need to be consistent in our energy and our offense, our defense, our talk, just different aspects of our game in order to continue to be better throughout the tournament.
I'm personally just very excited because I know how last year we did very well with the 9 seed, and then we get another shot at Stanford. So we just got to take care of business and, have fun with it.
And while you're watching your favorite teams compete in the tournament, remember one of the best ways to be part of the action is through the KREM 2 March Madness Bracket Challenge.
Between now and Thursday morning at 9 a.m., you can register free online at KREM.com. See if you can beat myself as I attempt some winning predictions.
That shouldn't be too hard now. Travis isn't ready for this. If you have a perfect bracket at the end of the tournament, you could win $1 million. For the link to fill out the March Bracket Challenge, just text the word bracket to 509-448-2000.
His is more like he thinks he's bigger than me, and I want to make sure that he knows he's not. So.
Still to come, sophomore forward Ben Gregg is 6'10", but his nickname has become Little Ben Gregg. We'll have the story on the origin of the nickname up next.
Plus, the WSU women are heading to the big dance fresh off a Pac-12 tournament championship. More on their historic run and how one celebrity is cheering them on later in the broadcast. Bulldog Madness will be right back.
Gonzaga basketball Twitter is a tight-knit community, I'd say, right?
Absolutely. They sure are.
Yeah, well, Ben Gregg has been given a nickname all thanks to his dad, Matt, and his Twitter posts that Zag fans have just loved all season.
He's always going to be little to me. I mean, maybe because I weigh so much more than him. I don't know, but.
It's become a fan favorite.
It's a funny way to start the day. Always finds a different embarrassing picture of me. I don't think he's ever going to run out.
A little smack talk between father and son.
He thinks he's bigger than me, and I want to make sure that he knows he's not.
Every Gonzaga game day, Ben Gregg's father, Matt, tweets ahead of the game with the phrase, Little Ben Gregg, often accompanied by an old picture of the now not-so-little Ben.
I was doing it primarily to let my family members know there were games coming on and what channel to watch on. That was basically it. Then I'm like, let me just throw some goofy pictures of him in, which is not hard to find. We have a lot of those, so... Yeah, that's kind of how it all started.
And the nickname has caught on with more than just the family.
He loves it. The fans love it, obviously. But yeah, it's pretty fun.
A fun reminder from Dad to clean the glass or that he's ready to eat. Exactly what Ben's done this season. The 6'10 sophomore forward has been Gonzaga's spark plug, coming off the bench and providing gritty minutes for the Bulldogs, averaging over 5 points and 3 rebounds a game in his brief 12-minute average on the floor. He's carved out a role for himself on one of the top teams in the country.
It wasn't easy. I mean, you're surrounded by so much talent every day, and practice is super competitive. You're going against Timme every day, so it's kind of hard to stand out. But, you know, that's how I was able to do it, you know, just crashing offensive boards, diving on loose balls, you know, doing the dirty work.
I'd never thought I would say he's a hustle guy and a defensive guy. I never, ever thought I would say that. He was always that offensive guy, so it's been incredible.
While most of the tweets between the two are poking fun at each other, there's still the serious times. Matt coached his final game as the women's basketball head coach at Warner Pacific this season, and Ben left Dad a heartfelt message.
That was tough. When he sent that out with a photo of when he was, I don't even know how old he was, probably 3 when we were holding hands during a basketball practice. And he sent that out that we've been holding hands this whole time kind of thing. And that was, I think I may have got a little misty for sure.
Now Dad is ready to proudly watch his son in March Madness, but rest assured, he's still the big man in the family.
It's just been a blessing to watch him grow, but he's never going to outgrow me.
And good news for us, Andrew. I asked Ben, he said we can call him Little Ben Gregg. He's okay with that.
Okay, well, that's perfect. But Travis, definitely this season, Ben's game is not little by any means. He's been playing tough. He's been playing those hard minutes when he comes in off the bench, and he's been a real key to this Zags team this year.
Yeah, every team needs that spark guy. He's been that one so far.
That's right.
Yeah.
Still to come, as the Washington State women's basketball team looks ahead to March Madness, they have a new fan cheering them on. Find out who coming up next.
One of the Washington State women's basketball team's traditions is to sing Shania Twain's "I Feel Like a Woman" after every game. Well, now they've caught the attention of the country icon herself.
That's right. Last week, Shania Twain herself took to Twitter to congratulate the Cougs on their historic Pac-12 tournament championship, saying she is honored to have been a part of their journey. Shania, of course, is playing in Spokane in April, and the Cougs have already asked her to do a duet.
WSU women's basketball has seen a historic run this season. They're facing Florida Gulf Coast as they receive the highest seeding in program history for March Madness.
Yeah, Janelle Finch joined the team in Pullman on Selection Sunday and brought us a reaction from players as well as head coach Cammie Etheridge.
Earlier this afternoon, hundreds of fans packed out this room to watch and find out who the WSU women's basketball team would be taking on in the March Madness tournament. We have learned that they are going into the tournament as a number 5 seed against Florida Gulf Coast for their first round in the tournament. It's going to be a matchup to watch, and fans and the team alike are excited about the upcoming game.
It's official. The WSU women's basketball team punched their ticket into the March Madness tournament, and now they'll take on Florida Gulf Coast University as their first round opponent.
They are just unbelievably good. Carl does a tremendous job at Florida Gulf Coast. It's going to be a really tough matchup.
Fans in Pullman and around the world will be tuning in. Go Cougs! They say they hope the team goes out on the court and does what they do best.
Once they get going and feel comfortable out there in that atmosphere, they'll do the great job they've done all year.
This is the 3rd year in a row the Cougs are making a March Madness appearance, but they're first as Pac-12 champions.
Such a big thing, but you can't really stay in that, because then if you stay in that, you're not really going to be able to focus for the next thing that's coming up. huge day for us and the program and the university, but great day to be a Coug. A 5th seed is amazing.
The support that we've had this season is huge. The people in the gym, watching our games at Beasley, it's just been immense for us, and we all really do feel the support and love, and we're just so proud to, be able to represent for the entire Coug Nation.
This team continues to break records and make history. Seeding at number 5 is the highest the women's basketball team has ever seeded in the March Madness tournament.
The Cougs will be heading into the first round of the tournament this Saturday against Florida Gulf Coast University in Pennsylvania. From Giza Field, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
Thank you, Janelle. Hey, still to come on this KREM 2 March Madness Special, we're previewing when and where you can catch all the madness as Gonzaga and WSU head to the big dance.
Welcome back. Now, Travis, we know Gonzaga has the 3 seed in the West region and will be facing 14th seeded Grand Canyon. And Travis, you had a chance to speak with Rasir Bolton on Selection Sunday.
Yeah. This is Raj's last year of college eligibility, so obviously he'd like nothing more than a championship run. In this West region, there's also the possibility of facing a couple Big 12 teams, something that Raj has a little familiarity with there as he spent 2 seasons at Iowa State. Here's our talk from Sunday. Hey there, guys. Now joined by senior guard Rasir Bolton. Raj, obviously a great way to finish the season out there at the WCC tournament. Do you feel like you guys are playing the best ball you have all season right now?
For sure. I think, I think we played great our last game out. We really put it together on the defensive end. We really, showed a lot, a growth throughout the season. I think it was a great showing. I don't know if it was our best game, but it was definitely a good one.
All right, and that heads you right into March Madness. Now, you found out today the 3 seed out in Denver. Just what are your thoughts on it all?
I'm just excited, just to sit there and really, figure out where we're going, who we're playing, seeing the matchup, seeing Grand Canyon. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to play. Got to wait till Friday, but I can't wait.
And how much do you guys know about Grand Canyon? It's not exactly a team I would imagine you know a lot about.
Definitely no disrespect to them. We just found out, they got a really good guard. They got a 4-man that makes a lot of plays for them. So really just, throughout the week we'll watch a lot more film. I think just kind of figuring out who we're playing from the show was exciting for us, but we'll definitely dive into film, and we're not taking anybody lightly. They had to fight to get here. I think they won their last 6 straight to get to this point. So, they're definitely not coming here to just be a part of it. They're definitely coming in to win, so we definitely got to buckle down.
Right, that time of year. Yeah. So I've asked a couple guys about this. Have you looked at the bracket as a whole, like your region, the West region, or have you not really looked into that too much?
Yeah, just from the show. So I kind of saw where we got Kansas as our 1 seed, a couple other teams.
UCLA
in there. So UCLA is the 2. Yep. So we'll play. If we win, we'll play TCU second round. So there's some familiar teams in there for me. But can't overlook the first game at all.
Right, and for you, Big 12 experience. Does that help you? I mean, it's been a little bit, but does it help you at all?
It's just fun, really, for me, just to kind of see, old teams and play them again, and be able to get back, whether they beat me the last time I played them or I won the last time we played. Just really just kind of having that experience again and playing them again is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So Raj, obviously this is your last season, right? Yeah. So how much would it mean to you just to go on a run here for you guys?
It mean the world to me. I think it'd be a storybook in there for any senior. So that's the plan. We're gonna go out here and practice. Play hard in the games and see what happens. But for sure, I would love to win it all.
Thanks, Raj. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
And thanks for Raj for talking to me there. Andrew, you spent some time with the GU women's basketball team on Sunday and got a chance to chat with standout player Kalen Trong.
That's right, Travis. The 2023 WCC Player of the Year had quite the season this year, averaging over 17 points per game in conference play. On Sunday, she chatted about what the team is doing to prepare for Friday's game. All right, we're here with Gonzaga senior guard Kalen Trong. Lenny, heading into this matchup with Ole Miss, a team you guys haven't seen before, but you've been through this NCAA tournament journey 3 times now. Just what is the week like heading into this matchup for you guys from a preparation standpoint?
Yeah, after our conference game, we just got to flip the switch, start preparing for our first game, and make sure that's the main focus.
And they kind of made you wait it out there a little bit getting placed in the last bracket. But just what are the emotions? Obviously, this is your 4th year in a row heading to the tournament. Just what are the emotions heading back to the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think it was just mixed emotions. But I'm personally just very excited because I know how last year we did very well with the 9 seed. And then we get another shot at Stanford. So we just got to take care of business and, have fun with it.
And obviously that game you guys played earlier this year with Stanford, they hit a bunch of threes or something crazy like that. How much of a motivating factor, I know you got a tough matchup with Ole Miss, but how much of a motivating factor is it seeing that you can get that team again in the same gym you already played them in?
Yeah, they did hit a bunch of threes. I remember that, but I do remember we also had 7, and we had a lot of key players missing. So just again, we're gonna focus on Ole Miss first, and then just knowing that we have a shot at Stanford again, it's gonna be fun.
All right, now let's take a look at each team's matchups and where you can watch them compete in their first round of games. Gonzaga men's basketball kicks off the tournament against Grand Canyon University. The Zags are the number 3 seed in the West region. They play the number 14 seed GCU on Friday in Denver at 3:45.
Meanwhile, Gonzaga women's basketball is headed to Stanford, California to face Ole Miss on Friday. GU is a number 9 seed facing a number 8 seed in the Seattle 4 regional. That game will be played on Friday night at 7 p.m. at Maples Pavilion in Stanford. A Gonzaga win in the first round could mean facing the Cardinal on their home court in the second round.
And the WSU women are headed to Pennsylvania to face Florida Gulf Coast University. The Lady Cougs are ranked a 5 seed and facing a number 12 seed in the Greenville 2 region. The Cougar women play on Saturday with tip-off scheduled for 11:30 a.m. You can catch that game on ESPNU. Well, hey, thanks for joining us for another Bulldog Madness Special. Myself and Andrew will be traveling with the team as the season continues here.
That's right, Travis. And for all the latest on all of the teams we're covering in March, head over to our website at krem.com and follow both of us on Twitter and Facebook throughout this run.